going on, everyone? It's Mike, the owner of Formal Fitness Training. This is the first ever Client Corner. It's about 10 minutes where I sit down with my favorite clients and discuss why they got into fitness, why they believe in the Formal Fitness Training brand, and why Formal Fitness can be the exact solution that you are looking for. So today, we are here with the Tobinator.
What's going on, folks? Yep, what's going on? Thank you for having me here in this first ever Client's Corner. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. Yeah, so Will and I met about 5 years ago at Mifflin YMCA.
Yeah.
And, you know, we kind of fell out of touch for a little while, but we started training about 6 months ago, and we became pretty fast friends here. And Will's a good guy. He serves for our country. He's a soldier. Does a lot of good things for us. What exactly do you do there, Will?
Right now, I work for the National Guard. I am full-time. I act as a liaison for the Emergency Management Agency for Lancaster County. So pretty much if there's a state of emergency, I help coordinate National Guard assets in Lancaster County. I'm also a planner for logistics I'm the SPO planner, and what that is I'm the logistical conduit between the maneuver battalions and the support battalion. So if an infantry battalion needs, trucks or fuel or something like that, they'll do a request to my shop, and then we'll go ahead and coordinate that with the separate companies to, help facilitate that.
Very cool. Well, thank you for your service. Thank you for everything you do, first and foremost.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. So, what made you decide that you wanted to hire a personal trainer? What was the reasoning behind it, and exactly, what were you looking to achieve when we started?
Well, basically, the backbone of everything that we do in the military is physical fitness. They teach you that first thing as soon as you get in basic training, and they incorporate that into your life. Unfortunately, there's soldiers that fall off of that physical fitness realm, but I was always able to maintain a certain level of physical fitness. However, as I get older, and a soldier's lifestyle isn't necessarily the healthiest lifestyle. I've been prone to injury, and as I get older, the injuries seem to last longer, and the recovery time seems to take longer, and so basically I will go through this vicious cycle, and I've been going through it for especially the last 6 years. Is when I get hurt, I don't do anything, but I continue to eat the same, and I'm traveling, so obviously more than likely I eat junk, and then I gain weight. I get lazy, and I get fat, and then I start that vicious cycle all over again. Then I got to go ahead and work out, get fit again, and try to work past the injuries. But especially the last year or so, it's been very, very tough. I'm 35 now, working past those injuries. So the military teaches you how to exercise, but however, not necessarily how to exercise the right way, how to work past injuries and stuff like that. And I like you mentioned before, I've known you for several years through the YMCA, and you always seem like a genuine dude. You and I always said hi to each other and had small conversations. So somehow we got connected on Facebook, and I was like, you know what? Let me talk to you, and tell you what my problems are, and we kicked it off, and I think that I've been able to work out at a certain level even when I'm hurt, especially when it comes to running, and we talked about this before. Even during my running sessions, I'm able to switch primary muscle groups when I'm actually running, and that has helped out a lot too, and just basically working past these injuries. And you've been a big proprietor in ensuring that I get past that and be able to maintain a certain level and achieve even a higher level of physical fitness that I had before.
Absolutely. Can you touch on a couple of the injuries and some of the things that we've done to overcome them, and just so people have an idea, maybe they're at home and they're realizing that they have some Achilles issues as well, which I know that's one of your major issues, and some of the steps that we've done to overcome that.
Okay, so first injury happened in 2005, plantar fasciitis on my right foot, and I've been able to work past that. But there was a time frame for 2 years that I wasn't able to run at all, no matter how much I tried. And I still walk with a limp, and it still bothers me from time to time. But I had to lose weight in order to, to be able to run again. So I lost about 20 pounds there and been able to manage that. And then I started dealing with issues of my left Achilles tendon. I was going through an officer candidate school, warrant officer candidate school, where I hurt myself, and every time I go out and run, that pain will come back, and so basically my right foot was messed up, and my left Achilles tendon was messed up, and then that's when I also started developing knee problems too, and that's arthritis. I went down to the doctor's office, and they did X-rays and stuff like that, and they were like, well, now you got arthritis in your knees, you got to slow down a little bit. I incorporated the yoga, which helped out with my back problems, but basically from the knees down, I've been suffering chronic pain for a quite amount of time, and it's been limiting my ability to do what I enjoy best, and that's running. And so what you have done for me is basically strengthen, those muscle groups, from the hamstrings to the thigh, the calves, and you've been able to, do less impact, but weight training, so I could go ahead and, continue to do what I love to do, and strengthen those muscle groups without incorporating impact. So we were doing squats and stuff like that, and sitting on walls and all types of stuff. It's crazy exercises, folks. I tell you, but it's good. It's very good.
Yeah, so I spent a lot of time with Will working on myofascial release. So something that he hadn't been doing previously is foam rolling and PNF stretching. So basically, what foam rolling does is it breaks up any adhesions that are in his IT bands, and he has a million of them. But basically, the first time I had him on his IT bands, he would really struggle to do that. But now, over the course of a couple months, it's getting a little bit better. It's still hard, but it's not quite as bad as it was before, which is going to help keep his knees in alignment with his muscle tissues so he's able to run pain-free for the most part. And, as he had mentioned, he's able to run longer distances and actually activate secondary and tertiary muscle fibers that he wasn't able to use before. So his running's actually gotten significantly better. And then
Absolutely.
in addition to that is the PNF stretching is basically where I manually stretch him, and then I have him apply some pressure to me, and then we stretch a little bit further, seeing his flexibility improve and things like that, so that he can continue to run, which is something that he loves to do. You enjoy working with formal fitness training. Obviously, sometimes it's a little harder than others, and sometimes we don't quite finish the workout. But what could the listener expect if they were going to sign up and work with me, and what kind of things can they expect that I bring to the table
Uh,
from
you
your
know,
unique perspective?
from my perspective, what can they expect? Well, lots of pain. No, I'm joking.
Torture.
Yeah, torture. No, no. Basically, you sat down with me, and we discussed, my goals, and what I wanted to achieve, and where I'm currently at. Um, I believe, from my personal perspective and my individual goals, is to not only necessarily keep me in check, because I do work out, and obviously you see me at the gyms, but to take me to another level, and to keep me in check while simultaneously working past these injuries. Um, I've been very I never told you this, and I'm glad that now I'm getting the opportunity to tell you this in front of the whole world. But I've been very surprised about the occupational type training that you've been giving me. Carrying a heavy bag up a flight of stairs. Pushing the sled, pulling the sled. So not only has it helped me with my run, but these are the type of things that is required of me as a National Guardsman, especially during a state of emergency, or as a soldier in the United States Army during a deployment. Being able to do low crawl, crouch and shoot, or being able to shovel snow, or rescue somebody, or something in that nature. So I enjoy the occupational training, and you taking me to a whole new level. And yes, I mean there was some growing pains. Basically, cardiovascular wise, I always thought I was good because I could run long distances. But however, you woke me up in a lot of things, with the, you know, the less, smaller rest breaks, the supersets. I guess that's what you call them when you do
Yep.
more than once, and that has definitely, taken me to a whole new level. And there was a couple of times, and I mentioned it all the time in my podcast, about how many times I couldn't even make it to the end. I mean, you had me throwing up, especially the first time within like 30 minutes, and so which made me listen to my body. There's things that my body needed, protein, certain things in the morning, supplements, and hydration beforehand, to ensure that I hydrated before exercise. But one of the unique things about my sessions is no matter what I do to get used to the session that you have in store for me, you always throw something different. And I can't say there was one session that we did the same thing. Every session has been different, so I appreciate that too. During the exercises, I hate it. We get along very well, but I'm mad at you during the exercises. But at the end of the day, it is a great thing. It's what I asked for, and it's what I want because I don't. I like to stay in shape, and I do what I can to stay in shape, but I don't bring myself to that level. And it's good that there's somebody out there to bring me to that level. As I'm not a private in the military, and so even, no longer the military treats me that way. So I don't work out in that type of level. I stop when I feel like I gotta stop. So it's good to be able to keep me at that level once a week. It's high intensity type exercises. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely. I think there's a teaching point in there too, and it's something that formal fitness training really prides itself upon. And that's all my clients basically. I train them based upon the activities that they want to do, aspire to do, and that they have to do. So if you have to run and pull and lift and leap and bound and all those things in your occupation, those are the type of things we're training. I love the fact that I can strip 100 pounds off somebody very quickly. I can take 10% body fat off somebody very quickly. I can put 20 pounds of muscle on somebody very quickly. But at the end of the day, that stuff really means very little. Being comfortable in your own skin and being pain free and being able to perform at your required tasks, I think that's the most important thing for a personal trainer to instill in their clients. I actually came up with a quote the other day, and it was something that kind of just popped into my head, and I didn't even think about it. It just popped in my head, and I said it to my one client, and she thought it was very profound, and I'll share that right here. And it's when, in absence of pain, you have opportunity for personal growth. And what does pain mean? Pain doesn't necessarily mean pain in the body. It can be emotional pain, intellectual pain, stress, all those things that we don't want in our life. If you can keep those pain points out the door, you have the opportunity for personal growth and personal development in the gym and out of the gym. And I think that's always going to be the task, is to reduce people's pain so they can continue getting better at their occupations and at their life so they can live a longer and happier life.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I like that quote. Yes, you 100% right. I mean, pain is not, necessarily, yes, pain is a warning sign. Your body's telling you something, but also pain is a way of your body releasing, that stressor. And yes, it gets easier. And if you continue to grow, you continue to prove, it gets easier. It's temporary.
Yeah, so I guess one more thing that I would like to touch on just before we leave here is, because this is the first one, I'm still trying to figure out exactly what content we're going to deliver here, but all my clients are very positive and professional people. So I'll just throw it out there to you, Will. Advice that you might have from your own personal perspective and life for other people that may be struggling to exercise, what they can do to get better, and just any overall advice to improve their life, anything along those lines.
Well, one of the biggest mistakes that I personally, over the years of exercising, I have a little joke that I always tell people. I never exercise the first 2 weeks of January. And the reason why, because everybody always have that, New Year's resolution, and you get there, you go in January, the gym the first week of January, and it's just packed with people, and it's almost like Survivor. It starts with like 50 people, and then 40 people, and then 30 people, and then towards the middle of the year, you see the 6 people that's left over. But the one thing that I always told people is in the military, especially when soldiers fall off, and then people out in the real world, is that you know your body didn't get this way overnight. If you gain 50 pounds, or you're 80 pounds overweight, or 100 pounds overweight, don't it took time to get that. So it may possibly take double the amount of time to lose that. I don't know. It all depends on what's your hemostasis, how your body works, how you work out. But basically just chip away at it. Just continue to chip away at it and educate yourself on exercise. There's a lot of people that go to the gym and they exercise, their form is bad, and they constantly work out in high intensity, and they don't know how to exercise. They subject themselves to injury, and then they set themselves back. So if you're a person that doesn't necessarily know how to exercise, don't know, education of physical fitness, the difference between, muscular growth and cardiovascular health and muscular endurance and whatnot, that definitely hire a personal trainer. Hire a personal trainer. Obviously, do your homework. My opinion is Formal Fitness Training is the best personal trainer out there in Berks County, but hire a personal trainer and they'll educate you on the proper way to exercise. 18 years I served in the military. 18 years I've been exercising and trying to do the best I can to maintain a good physical shape. And I have learned a lot of things about, the BCAAs and stuff like that. And these are things that I didn't know. I knew, you got to take your protein, you got to take fish oils, and you go ahead and go work out. And, but I didn't know that, hey, sometimes maybe you got to listen to your body, or sometimes you got to do this. I always try to work past certain things, just beat myself up exercising too hard, and that just sets you back. So I have learned a lot. There's people that don't know everything, but I thought I knew what I needed to know about physical fitness, and you, Michael, you educated me about a lot of things. So the advice that I could give at the end state, I know I'm blabbering, but take your time, eat right, educate yourself. And if you don't know how to exercise the correct way, hire a personal trainer.
Absolutely. So thank you for checking out Client Corner 1.0. This is Mike from Formal Fitness Training. Again, you can find me at Formal Fitness Training on Instagram, Formal Fitness Training on Facebook, www.formalfitnesstraining.com. Those are all the places you can find me. Basically, the idea of this podcast is to provide some value to you guys, teach you from normal people that are my clients that have achieved success and have good levels of positivity in their life and have worked with me personally, learn their stories, learn how they got there, learn their struggles, and how you personally can develop into a better, more functioning fitness and healthy person. Thank you for watching.
Boom, that was
or listening.
okay, boom, that was perfect.